Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing a everyday makeup look. So what I'm doing right now is I just finished my eyebrows and I am priming my eyes, and I am doing both eyes and just buffing out the primer that I put on them. Next, I'll be using my City Colors nude eyeshadow palette with the City Colors brush collection. It came in like a whole set of like I think 12 or 13 brushes, and I'm using the fluffy brush to blend out the brown, it's like a brown nude color, into my crease. Now I'm going to be using a Bobbi Brown blush, and that's going to be the main color that I'm using on my entire lid. The look that I was going for was basically just something that is neutral and very, I want to say nude for my skin color. Um, just something that is nice. It's summertime where I live, so I just wanted something that is a little bit girly, but also not too crazy in the eyes as well. Now I am buffing out the colors together, or I'm blending out the colors um, to make them look a little bit more seamless. Now I'm going back and I am patting some more of the pink blush. Now I'll be using this eyeliner. I am not sure of how to pronounce it, but I will link the name and also where you can find it down below. I received it in an Ipsy bag as, you know, just one of the products, and I've been using it ever since. It's literally the best eyeliner that I've used. Now I'm just showing how my eye makeup looks. I know that where the camera is placed, you might not be able to see the direct view of everything that I'm doing, but you work with what you got. Now I'm using the Smashbox mascara to use on my eyelashes. I decided not to do lashes today, like false lashes today, because it was very, very, very hot. So I did not want anything to slide off my face. So I just went with my own lashes, basically. Now I'm going in with the BH Cosmetics Liquid Foundation in D3. That's like Deep Cocoa. And even though it is hot, I prefer to just use a little bit of the foundation just to give myself a little bit more of a better coverage. I am also going in with the BH Cosmetics brush that was in the 10-piece contour set. This is one of the flat top brushes out of the entire set. Now I'm just buffing out the product in my face, going down to my neck, and just trying to get in there, all up in there. One of the fibers of the brushes fell on my face. It was actually very annoying. Alright, I'm just trying to move on to the rest of my face. Now I'm going to be using another brush in the BH Cosmetics brush set that I had. It's more of a fluffy dome brush, and I'm going to be using my MAC Studio Fix powder, and I think I'm an NC50 or NW50, one of those. And I'm just lightly powdering my face, kind of setting in the foundation, just to make sure that it doesn't slip, because like I mentioned before, it was a very hot day and I just wanted to make sure that my makeup was going to stay on all day while I was outside. As you can see, I'm always going back to under my eyes. I tend to get a lot of oils under my eyes and right next to my nose, so I like to make sure that those areas are covered and just all the makeup patted in there as best as I can. Next, I'll be using this trick that I actually got from Peak Mail, and I am taking a light concealer from the LA Girls collection, the LA Girl Pro Concealer collection, and I'm going to also take a light foundation that I have, which is the Maybelline Fit Me in 355, which is Mocha. And I mix those two together to get a very nice highlight color. It is just very neutral. It's not too bright. It's not dark. It just looks very, very nice. Now I'm just highlighting my chin, the top of my lip, the bridge of my nose, the center of my forehead, and also under my eyes. Oh, it's called the Cupid's bow. I couldn't remember the name of that, but my Cupid's bow. And bridge of my nose, the middle of my forehead, and under my eyes. Also, I do highlight the sides of my nose, like right next to the contour lines, just so that the contour lines are a little bit more straighter, I would like to say. Now I'll be taking a damp beauty blender and blending this all out. Next, I'll be taking my Ruby Kisses Set and Forget in Banana. And I'll also be taking a Wet n Wild pressed powder in medium. And I'll be mixing those two together to set my concealers. I'll be using a wedged sponge to get all the product on and just dab them into my into the spots that I concealed or highlighted, I guess. Yeah, so as you can see, the sponge wasn't really taking the powder as well as it usually does. Comment down below if you can tell why. I think I have a clue as to why, but it's worked every other time, so I wasn't really sure of what was going on with it today. So I'll be taking a fluffy brush. This is also from BH Cosmetics. Not the same contour brush collection, but another one. And I use this to buff out the setting powder. I don't do the baking method because I have noticed that it does leave me a little bit cakey looking. So I'm just buffing it out and just making sure that I got all the excess product off of my face, because it does tend to leave me looking a little bit ghosty if I leave even the slightest product. So I like to make sure that I really buff out everything. Now I'll be taking these two BH Cosmetics brushes that are from the same contour set, and I use those two brushes to contour my face. I'm also going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour cream set, and I'm taking the darkest shade with the cone kind of shaped brush, and I use that on my cheeks, my jawline, from my temple to my forehead, and then I use the smaller contour, like it's like a slanted contour brush, and I use that on the bridge of my nose and in the center of my cupid's bow. I like to use the lightest contour color for the bridge of my nose because I don't like a very dark, or I should say harsh contour on my nose especially. I like to think I have a cute nose. I just want to give it some more dimension, especially after I, highlighted and concealed it. Now I'm just contouring the hollows of my cheek, my jawline, and also my temple to my forehead using the darkest shade, and sometimes I mix the middle shade as well. If you want to know if this contour cream kit will work for you, I am in, let's say in Maybelline, I am a true, what is it, like a 350? I'm coconut. That's the shade that I am, to the T. Like I don't have to mix it at all. So if you are in that coconut to mocha range, I would say that the deep cream kit, cream, cream set is very, very good for you. It does contour very, very well. It's not light where it looks like your foundation, but it's not dark where it's like, black, I guess you can say. So it's a very, very nice color, and it goes on very well. I learned a trick, just to let you guys know, that it does tend to dry out. Like when you first get it, it is very dry. So I tend to put in either coconut oil, jojoba oil, or tea tree oil. If you're iffy about tea tree oil, try to dilute it and then use it like that. But I tend to just put in a couple of drops of oil in each pan and just kind of mix it around, and for maybe a couple of weeks it'll be fine. So now I'm just buffing out the concealer areas with the fluffy brush that I used to powder my face. I am basically setting my contoured areas. Now I'm just taking the sponge that I used to set my highlight. I am going over some of the spots, like right under my contour line, and I went over the bridge of my nose again just to define it. And I am fluffing my puff up because it was actually really nice for today, for the first time. Now I'm going in with an e.l.f. blush brush and the same Bobbi Brown blush pink color that I used on my eyes. I'm also using that as a blush, which is what it really is. And I'm just going over on the apples of my cheeks, just to bring back a little bit of color. Not too much though, because it is very pigmented and it does come off a lot. So I try not to use too much. Now I am going in with a tapered highlight brush and the e.l.f. Baked bronzer in Pearl. And I'm going to highlight my cheek area, I like to say. I'm going to highlight the areas that I concealed, which are the, I guess you could, like the top of my cheeks, like that slant on your cheeks, the very tip and some of the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my forehead, and also my chin. So basically all the places that you conceal, you also highlight. Sorry, I've been getting those two confused, but it's like the same thing. If you wanna, take a look at it, it's very, very nice. I will also be taking a sample lip lacquer, just to use my lips a little bit longer. So I like to make sure that when I'm using matte lipstick, I like to just put either one of the formats but